Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda Radhe. Jaya Jaya Jagannath, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra. Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Gaur Premanande. Jai Vishnu Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. ISKCON प्रतिष्ठाता आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी Hare Krishna. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 69, Text 1 to 6, entitled Narad Muni, Narad visit Krishna's palaces. So we'll be recite together the text and we'll read the translation and purport given by disciples of Srila Prabhupada and we'll discuss on that. Sri Sukha Uvacha Narakam Niyatam Srutva Tatodvaham Chayoshitam Krishne Naikena Bhavahinam Tadidrukshusmanarada Narakam Niyatam Srutva Tatodvaham Chayoshitam Krishne Naikena Bhavahinam Tadidrukshusmanarada Sri Sukha Uvacha Narakam Niyatam Srutva Tatodvaham Chayoshitam Krishne Naikena Bhavavinam Tadidrukshusmanarada Sri Sukha Uvacha Niyatam Srutva Krishne Naikena Bhavavinam Tadidrukshusmanarada Sri Sukha Uvacha Narakam Niyatam Srutva Tatodvaham Chayoshitam Krishna Naikena Bhavinam Tadidrukshusmanarada Sri Sukha Uvacha Narakam Nitam Srutva Tatodvaham Chayoshitam Krishna Naikena Bhavinam Tadidrukshusmanarada. Anyone else? Sri Sukha Uvacha Narakam Nitam Srutva Tatodvaham Chayoshitam Krishne Naikena Bhavinam Tadidrukshusmanarada. So remaining sloka I'll recite once, then we'll go to Chitram Bate Tadekena Vapusa Yugapat Pratak Grahe Sudravyashta Sahastram Striya Eka Udavahat Ityutsuko Dvaravatim Devarshi Drushtuma Gamat Puspito Pavana Rama Dvijalikula Naditam Utpullendivaramboja Kahalar Kumudotpale Churitesu Sarasuchai Kujitam Hansasarasai Prasad Laksher Navabir Justam Spatikarajatai Mahamara Katap प्रख्यै स्वर्णरत्न परिच्छदे विभक्तरत्या पतचत्वपारापने सालासभाभिरुचिरां सुरालये संसिक्तमार्गाङ्गन वीतिदेहलिं पतत्पताक ध्वजवारितातपाम्. So, what word meaning? So we'll go to word meaning and then translation and purport. Sri Sukha Uvacha, Sukadeva Goswami said, Narakam, the demon Naraka, Nihatam, killed, Srutva, hearing, Tatha, also, Udvaham, the marriage, Cha, and Yoshitam, with woman, Krishnena, by Lord Krishna, Ekena, one, Bhavinam, with many, that Didrikshuhu, wanting to see, Sma, indeed, Narada, Chitram, wonderful, Bata, Etat, this, Ekena, with a single, Vapusa, body, Yugapat, simultaneously, Pratak, separate, Grahesu, in residences, Dvi, two times, Asta, eight, Sahasram, thousand, Striya, a woman, Eka, alone, Udvahata, he married, Iti, thus, Utsuka, eager, Dwaravatim, to Dwaraka, Deva, of the demigods, Rishi, the sage, Narada, Drishtum, to see, Agamata, came, Puspita, flowery, Upavan, in parks, Arama, and pleasure gardens, Dvija, of birds, Ali, and bees, Kula, with flocks and swarm, Naditam, resounding, Utpulla, blooming, Indivara, with the lotuses, Amboja, day blooming lotuses, Kahlara, with esculent lotuses, Kumuda, moonlight blooming lotuses, Utpallai, and water lilies, Churutesu, filled, Sar Sarhasu, within lakes, Uchai, loudly, Pujitam, filled with the calling, Hamsa, by swans, Sarasa, and cranes, Prasada, with places, Lakshai, hundreds of thousands, Navabhi, nine, Justam, adorned, Spatika, made of crystal glass, Rajitah, and silver, Maha, Markata, with great emeralds, Prakhya, splendorous, Swana, of gold, Ratna, and jewels, Parichadiha, they whose furnishing Vibhaktaha, systematically divided, Ratya, with main avenues, Patha, roads, Chatvara, intersections, Apaneh, and marketplaces, Sal, Sabha, with assembly houses, Ruchiram, charming, Sura, of the demigods, Alayai, with temples, some Samskitaha, sprinkled with water, Marga, whose roads, Angana, courtyards, Viti, commercial streets, Dehalim, and patios, Patat, flying, Pataka, with banners, Dwaja, by the flag poles, Varita, warded off, Atapam, the heat of the sun. Translation and purport. Sukadeva Goswami said, hearing that Lord Krishna had killed Narakasur and had alone married many brides, Narada Muni desired to see the Lord. In this situation, he thought it is quite amazing that in a single body, Lord Krishna simultaneously married 16,000 women, each in a separate palace. Thus the sage of the demigods eagerly went to Dwaraka. The city was filled with sounds of birds and bees flying about the parks and pleasure gardens, while its lakes crowded with blooming Indivara, Amboja, Kahlara, Kumuda, and Utpala lotuses. resounded with the calls of swans and cranes. Dwarka boasted 900,000 royal palaces, all constructed with crystal and silver and splendorously decorated with huge emeralds. Inside these palaces, the furnishing were bedecked with gold and jewels. Traffic moved along a well laid out system of boulevards, roads, intersections, and marketplaces, and many assembly houses and temples of demigods graced the charming city. The roads, courtyards, commercial streets, and residential patios were all sprinkled with water and shaded from the sunset by banners waving from flag poles. Purport. In Krishna, Srila Prabhupada beautifully described the city of Dwarka as follows. Being inquisitive as to how Krishna was managing his household affairs with so many wives, Narada desired to see these pastimes and so set out to visit Krishna's different homes. When Narada arrived in Dwarka, he saw that the gardens and parks were full of various flowers of different colors and orchards that were overloaded with a variety of fruits. Beautiful birds were chirping and peacocks were delightfully crowing. There were tanks and ponds full of blue and red lotus flowers, and some of these sites were filled with varieties of lilies. The lakes were full of nice swans and cranes whose voices resounded everywhere in the city. There were as many as 9 lakhs great palaces built of first class marble with gates and doors made of silver. The posts of the houses and palaces were bedecked with jewels such as touchstones, sapphires, and emeralds, and the floors gave off a beautiful luster. The highways, lanes, streets, crossings, and marketplaces were all beautifully decorated. The whole city was full of residential homes, assembly houses, and temples, all of different architectural beauty. All of this made Dwarka a glowing city. The big avenues, crossings, lanes, and streets, and also the thresholds of every residential house were very clean. On both sides of every path, there were bushes, and at a regular interval, there were large trees that shaded the avenues so that the sunshine would no bother the passerby. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। Hare Krishna. Today we are celebrating 15th August. So means Independence Day for our country. And now we are hearing this narration, Narada visiting. By hearing this, we'll get complete independence. We'll also go to these places. Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai. We can also visit these places with complete independence, not with partial independence. And when we are completely independent, we can see. Otherwise, there is no chance of seeing, understanding this in this world at least. Anywhere we can go to Switzerland, anywhere, but we cannot see what are the description given here. But we'll see how this Naradji, uh, here it is said that Narad Muni desired to see the Lord in this situation. Means Krishna had killed Narakasur, and those who were he kept under his custody 16,000 women. So he married all of them, and for each one he had one palace, uh, and this is amazing actually to know this. So, and he is seeing Narad, he's a single body, how he's expanded all these 16,000, and different activities in different palaces is going on actually simultaneously. One person simultaneously at all palaces, uh, each in separate places. So Naraji was very eager to go there. He said that sage of the demigods. So the description are there. This is Lord's Yogamaya potency is there actually, and it bewilders actually. Actually, we are in all situations we are bewildered, either in Mahamaya or Yogamaya. Both are bewildering us. Presently, we are bewildered in Mahamaya now, and Lord, when He deals with His pure devotees, and then He keep them under Yogamaya. This is what He does actually. So that so Naraji also getting bewildered how these things are happening. So amazed to see all these things, and how this seeing the diverse activities taking place at a time by Krishna in different palaces, seeing also Rukmini also serving menially, in spite of having thousands of maid servants, also servants, and so and seeing the Lord's exemplary behavior when we will go to next slokas and see how Krishna receives the Narad ji and also. So Narad ji here there is a sage of demigods actually. He's not an ordinary, and not a, we can say just an exalted devotee. He is global. He is not in the global, in interglobal also, universal devotee. Universal devotee. So, so that is we see that Naraji is saying that he has desire and he had eagerness for that. That is what is important here. You see, even those devotees who are always glorifying Lord, they are also having desire and eagerness actually. So, and with that eagerness, uh, they always glorify actually. How one can glorify Lord? When one has desire and eagerness. Then only, you see now, uh, Kirtaniya Sada Hari. Who can do? One who has desire and eagerness. Actually. So Naraji is always glorifying Lord, uh, and whenever new this Leela comes, we see here in Dwarka also when Lord Krishna took the form of Jagannath, there also he was there. He is there everywhere actually. He's Krishna's. That is called intimate, loving exchanges happens with Naraji always actually. So, so this eagerness is very much required actually. So presently when we see ourselves, uh, we also have desires. There are two types of desires: material desire, spiritual desire, then mixed desire, then pure spiritual desires. These are the things are there. So we begin our journey with material desires, and straightforward you cannot jump into this pure spiritual desires. because there is a slow process is there actually. So then we know what are the spiritual desire. Then when hear about Naradji, he's only one desire, just to give pleasure to the Lord. Whatever pleases Lord, that is their desire. That's all. That is the pure spiritual desire. But we being having material desire, we cannot jump into directly that uh, desires. So, because there required eagerness. So now we see that we have lust, anger, greed. Greed is also, that is eagerness. Greed is eagerness. So in material desire, greed pull us down actually because of this conditioning in goodness, passion, and ignorance. Pull down. Always keep us in material desires actually. And uh, so we have to try to take up our desires up, and with this conditioning pulling us down actually. All these things are there. Then mixed means sometime up, sometime down. It's a mixed. We see uh, Srinath Chakravarti Tagore also explained how our devotees journey goes through actually. Utsamai, Gana Tarala, Vyuda Vikalpa, uh, Visaya Sangera, Niyamakshama, Tarangarangini, all these are there. So this is our process, that we cannot directly jump into material to spiritual desires. Because so up and down, that is Ghana Tarala. In beginning it looks like that I have a material desire, I will jump into spiritual desire. I just serve Lord. That is called Utsamahi. We come with enthusiasm. Yes, I'll give up everything and just serve Lord. But we see it is not possible. In the beginning it happens, but later on see our material desire pulling us down actually. So sometime up, sometime down. Gana means density. Tarala means liquid form. No, no such enthusiasm is there. Just dullness is there actually. So, and pure desire means always up, 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 up. There is no down. Marriage is always up, 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 up. So we cannot remain because sustaining power is required actually. Yeah. So Utsamai means beginning looks like that we can catch this purity. No. Ganatarala. Then it normal course for everyone. It's not something remarkable or degrading position. And viewed a vikalpa sometime. Oh, if we fail in something, then we take another decision. This way I will do. Viewed a vikalpa. Alternative models we prepare actually. Viewed a vikalpa. Then we struggle with niyamakshama. Sometimes woes, strong woes. Few days maintain, then again cannot be able. Maybe we maintain, oh, I will chant now 64 rounds. Cannot happen. Some or other reason something may come, or means not able to maintain the vows always. And Visaya Sangera, then our sense objects are haunting us when we associate always. Then sometimes because of taking the spiritual process, we get good uh, praise and all these things. We feel very happy, but we get into Tarangarangini means we just enjoy that pleasure coming to us. The up means pleasure going to Lord, but sometimes we are taking more for us, sometimes giving to Krishna. That is, it happens. This is a reality of our devotional practice. When we see why we hearing Naraji, because we have to just be happy by hearing Naraji. Nothing we cannot copy Naraji. Just by just hearing this and again hearing this, our desire should be, yes, I want to be in a situation where always want to please Lord actually. So So there is a pulling pushing method goes on in our devotional practices. And also the thing is, what we hear is unbelievable type, achintya. That's why intellectual person cannot accept this actually. How one person, 16,000, 16,000 palaces at a time, simultaneously, it's beyond our material intelligence. Achintya actually. Single body, but simultaneously married 16,000 women, each in separate. So, so that is the way that when we Krishna consciousness, we have to first understand the God's greatness. This is what is described here is God's greatness. Without understanding God's greatness, we cannot enter into the God's sweetness. That is a danger. Even devotee, Narada like devotee, he is also getting amazed to see the Lord's greatness. Always they see the Lord's greatness. And for us, then we can see Lord's greatness and then we have to see Lord's kindness. Without seeing God's kindness, we cannot understand Lord's sweetness. So we have to go in sequence. That's why the scripture describe somewhere God's greatness, God's kindness, and sweetness. So we should not jump directly into God's sweetness. Okay, we'll just directly love sweetness, loving exchanges happen. Yes, it takes time. And once one reach to, just like Prabhupada says, transcendental platform, then always he can remain Lord's loving exchanges. Exchanges happen. Even Bhagavad Gita also it is mentioned, and Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur also mentioned in Kurma Purana. Deha Dehi Vibhedo. uh, Ishware Vidyate Kvachi. There is no difference between Lord's body, Lord's mind, all are one. That is say no, he is not ordinary human being. Lord is. He is the absolute truth. Mind and body are one and absolute. Satchit Ananda. Is very difficult to comprehend actually. Not easy. With our present situation, yes, we can hear and glorify, but we are not being in that stage, transcendent stage. We can appreciate, we can hear, and our faith goes on increasing. Then we develop our desire and eagerness to move forward, actually. So this is there. So there is a journey. Naraji already is always in a transcendental journey, and ours is we have to. Our journey is from Mahamaya to Yogamaya. First, we are our journey start Mahamaya journey is there. So we have to develop the internal mood actually to proceed. Externally, we simply suppose we want to copy Narada. So what happens? We cannot directly jump from kama to prema because uh, directly jumping means kama to prema. Directly jumping means drama only, nothing else. It's all drama. Just like Naraji said, Narayan, Narayan. Somebody asked Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, what is Anukarana, what is Anusarana, what is imitation, what is following. Just like an actor acting in a drama, he dressed like a Narada and he takes Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. So it is just like a imitation. And the following is what the sages are, these pure devotees have the mood, internal mood. We have to follow in that internal mood, not to copy externality. Follow the internal mood actually. Then will not be in drama. In Manasiksha also Raghunath Das Goswami says, Sada Dambam Hitva. So give up the drama, Dambam.
Dhammam is very, very big topic is there. That is no show off, no duplicity, no hypocrisy. Give up. Sada dambam hitva. If we don't give up, that is our beginning position. Naraj is not doing any drama. If we do, we will do drama. So that is what is the. So how we have to develop this? Even to appreciate more and more this, we have to situate on our self honesty. We have to have self honesty where we are. So where Naraji is and where we are actually. Then we appreciate more this self honesty principle. That it internal mood means we are eternal servant and we are eternally dependent, and master happiness is my happiness. That's all. Master's happiness is my happiness. There is no separate happiness. But it is not easy to achieve. Very, very difficult. This is just like a tiger training program. You might have heard about this. How a tiger is being trained. First, tiger is put to starve. After starve, they don't feed immediately, because once they feed means he will again catch. After starving, they beat tiger in starvation, and after that beating, again he is kept for starving. After beating, also kept for starving. Then after that, some food is given. Then tiger understand that because beating and then giving food. So that way the tiger is trained actually. It's not it's a very typical type of training is there for tiger. In material realm also, we are also in material desires. We are also like tigers actually. Starved. For material we want material happiness. So how this is to be? We have to starve with material happiness. That's why I say no. We say nadanam, najanam, najanam. Once we start with nadanam in danger state position. You cannot. That's why Chaitanya first said, Trinadapi sunichena, tarorapi suisnuna, amanina, manadena. Then we have to go to nadanam. If we directly going to nadanam is a very dangerous situation. First we have to starve actually. With Trinadapi, tarorapi. We have to tolerate. That is our starvation. Starving. Actually. We have to become humble. We have to tolerate. We have to give respect, not to expect any respect. That is our starvation. So, this starvation, this is developing the internal mood actually. So, otherwise, what will happen? If we jump, then we'll be struggling in different way. We'll be again coming down fast. Will not remain there actually, and our waste of time will be there. That is also there actually, because self honesty is not there where I am. We have to know assess our situation also simultaneously actually. So we have to submit to Supreme Lord and holy name with great attention as far as possible. Submission is required actually, and working exclusively for Krishna. This is also another learning. Now we'll be working inclusively means some happiness to Krishna, more happiness to me. We are just sharing the happiness between Krishna and us. Some separate happiness, some with exclusive happiness. Means that it should be exclusive, but we cannot directly go to exclusivity. We have to go with material to mix to then pure way actually. Yeah. So what happens when we do exclusive for Krishna? Even we fall down, Krishna take lenient way. That is there. Apiche saduracharo bhajate mam ananda sadhureva samantavya samyak samartho. So best policy is we should have always deep gratitude. always remains protected, saved from falling down actually. Deep gratitude has to be developed actually. So, and and also while exclusivity, we should not structure our life in such a way that will not meet an accident. Our structure will not work. Only Krishna's mercy can protect us, and that mercy will come with great deep gratitude to the Lord actually. Then will whatever level go up, it will sustain there. Otherwise, up down, up down, up down will go on happening there actually. So so that's why we have to. So how we should not. So we have to be always in the strong devotee association, to have this strong devotee association and strive always to go high, go high. Actually, sometimes the question may come, oh, always we cannot find devotees or like that. But we can keep devotees in our heart, not necessarily physically also. We have to keep those devotees in our heart. Even then, we can always will be just glorifying those devotees. Then our journey will go on. Actually. So, so the thing is that not we cannot achieve the Krishna consciousness by uh, so many things, by doing so many things. But and Krishna is also not asking to do so many things. He can tell Arjuna to fight. He's not telling us. He's not telling us to fight, actually. He's telling us, Mami Partha Vipasrita Yepi Shrupapayo Nestriya Vaishya Tata Sudra Te Piyantim Paramgati. They can also go. For Arjuna, different instruction will be there. Go fight. We have to fight with ourselves only. That is our fight. We external fighting is very difficult because he says no. Kim Putra Brahmana Punya Bhakta Rajarsaya Tata. Even what they for them the different instruction. Kim Brahmana Punya, they are righteous Brahmanas, Bhakta, elevated devotees, Rajas just like Arjun, them instructions are different level. For our instruction, we are that we are Papa Yonis, that is instruction, different instruction. So if we that is all the way our progress is also we can say certain if we follow the self honesty principle. Wherever we have to know I am there. That's all. So our progress is certain. Krishna also is pleased. Once Krishna is pleased, that is our motto, to give Krishna pleasure. He see whatever I am accepting. Oh, Krishna is pleased, and Krishna will take care of us actually this way. So this way we'll get free from our speculative knowledge, actually mystic yoga, and also fruitive activities. These are haunting us. Just say na, bhukti, mukti, siddhi, kami, sakale asana. Krishna bhakti is kami. And we think that we are Krishna bhakta. Uh, as far as I can say, I'm not Krishna. I'm trying to be, striving actually, struggling to be. Struggling to be, that is. Otherwise, what's and and it is possible for everyone. Krishna prema nitya siddha sadhya gunai sravanadi suddha chitte. Everyone can get. There is no doubt about it. But how he get, it depends on his attitude, his self-honesty, how he is deeply feeling grateful, how he is humble, how he is feeling very simple living actually. That is the way we can say. And unless we are following this Trinadapi principle, that honesty part will not develop. Will be taken to the higher jump. This will always keep us in where in our honesty principle, where we are. We'll know our position correctly. Actually. So that is our beginning part. Then, even though we may be so fallen, no problem. Krishna is ready to take us. Only thing you have to accept it. That's why I say, Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram, Patitam Maham Visame Bhavam. Kripaya tava pada pankaja sthita dhuli. I am supposed to be your kinkaram, your eternal servant, but at present I am patitam ma. In this material world I have fallen. To what degree we have fallen? Only one individual knows. That's one cannot say you are so fallen. That is very dangerous. That is not self-honesty. That is also duplicity because dambam. Because of dambam we are saying you are so fallen. This is called we are all preaching. So while preaching, we have to preach self ourselves. Simultaneous preaching should go on. Self-preaching and preaching. We are just go on preaching. Then when we preach ourselves, we have to preach ourselves. That is called internal mood we have to develop actually by preaching. So that is what it says, and and also Krishna says, Naham tishtami vaikunte, yoginam hridayesu mat mat bhakta yatra gayanti tatra tishtami narada. Where I am not there. Honestly, means then mad bhakta yatra gayanti. Mad bhakta. What is mad bhakta? Manmana bhava mad bhakta. Madhyaji mam namastu. Mame veshashi yuktva. Matmanam matpara. That is mad bhakta is that bhakta. So that is everyone is called bhakta, but mad bhakta yatra gayanti. Have you become mad bhakta? Then Krishna will not be there sitting. Naham tatra tishtami narad. Yes, means all these our illusion will go when we are self-honest. That's all. And Krishna is very pleased with us. Yes, we are self-honest. He's not seeing how fallen we are. He's saying, are you honest? That's all. This one principle will save us from going down. That's all. Very important principle, self-honesty. So, so we have to try. And then when we see Narada, we are so happy. See Narada, so happy. Because otherwise, all other will become competitor. There is no competition for in Krishna consciousness. Everyone has their own way to go. You see, somebody is obstructing, nobody is obstructing. We ourselves obstructing us. Because we are not self-honest. That is the strong obstruction in our Krishna consciousness. So these are some of the things which I gathered that Naraji has desire and eagerness. And what our desire should be? I want to be honest. That's I want to be honest. We are going searching for truth. And without truthfulness, how can we achieve the truth? We have to be honest. Self-honest to ourselves. Not to others, just for saying other, oh, I'm so honest, I'm not taking this, I'm regularly following. It's all external. But am I desiring to please Krishna or not? The desire is not something obstructing, so I'm fallen. Have I become Kinkaram? No. Fallen. This question. Am I pleasing? No. Patita. I am Kinkaram. Have I become Kinkaram? No. Patita. That's all. How fallen, that individual knows. That self-assessment has to be done. Not other has to tell, oh, you are so one. That is not good. Because that is not good for the person who is telling also. And because the other person also will not accept this. We know where we are actually. And with the gratitude, this self-honesty will come out actually. This deep gratitude. And to get gratitude, we have to be humble, we have to be tolerant, we have to be simple, we have to give respect, don't expect backstage. Just simple will make us self-honest. Then we can honestly say, I don't want dhanam, I don't want janam, I don't want sundarim. Otherwise, there will be mixture. There will be mixture.
What is the mixture? Dishonesty is the mixture. This is what. Simply, you just see Narada's desire and eagerness. Lolyam ekam mulyam. But presently, our lolyam is going in opposite direction. Greed is downward and gratitude taking upward. Both are lolyam. That is greed, and this is a purified greed is gratitude. That purifies our greed is gratitude, and that make us impure is greed. That is ungratefulness. Ungratefulness take us down, gratefulness take us up. It has to continuously go on. Continuously. This sustainable form. We can sustain wherever we reach. And we know sustainable and honesty. Both will be there. He says, even if you fall down, no problem. Krishna says, okay, he's honest. Let me help him. He wants to help us. And if you are honest, if you are ungrateful, who will help us? We are grateful to Lord. Whatever situation, I am happy. I want to make you happy. I'm not looking for my happiness. This is what Narad is. So Narad is highly elevated. We cannot imagine also or think also. But we can be happy in all situations just by being self-honest and being deeply grateful. And these all descriptions are there of Dwarka. Then we appreciate, we will become happy. Oh, our Lord is so great. He can do anything. He can pass elephant from the needle of the, what is called? Hole of the needle. Our ground. Our God is like that. What can we do? Otherwise, our faith will be either shaking or breaking, or there so many problems will come. Oh, somebody says, oh, how can the God? How it's all? Use your intelligence. How one can person be married to 16,000 at a time? These are all images. Intellectual people speak like that. Then we get captivated. Well, we get attracted. Our Lord is our Lord. He can do anything. We are hearing Bhagavatam. When we hear to those who are not having faith, then our faith also get. And we have to meet so many people like that. So how can we sustain ourselves? By being grateful. Even for material things, we say thank you. Oh, well, that is superficial. This is a drama. It's good. At least begin with. But we cannot remain only in drama. We have to come out of drama. Drama means theoretical, means start with, but not to do drama. We can speak out there, thank you, and all this. But it should go deep into us. Feel grateful. That will save us. That will save us from unnecessary struggle. Anyhow, we have to do struggle. Materially also we have to struggle, spiritually also. I don't know. Already we have give up material struggle and then taking this field. Why not to take necessary struggle instead of unnecessary struggle? We are not. Otherwise, unnecessary struggle means loss of time. Then after a long time, we'll know, I did not do necessary struggle. Being this, our means checking myself whether I am self-honest or not. This struggle is good. Will not be what is called later on we see, oh, I wasted my time. Wonderful. So we have to glorify knowledge. So wonderful. Some of the things which have come to me. This one I have shared. I'm not in any stage where I'm struggling actually.
struggling is very good actually. Necessary struggling is very good. Thank you very much. Any questions, any comments? I read first time this sloka. I never read. I don't know what I spoken, whatever I came to my mind. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam.